Hello, beautiful soul traveler. Welcome to our May intuitive guided message. Wow, I don't know about you, but April was filled with so much activity, so much forward momentum, and there was this emotional healing of dense energy, of limiting beliefs, of patterns and habits that were coming up as well through all of the interactions with relationships, work projects, personal time, reflective time. There was just so much going on in April. And I am incredibly grateful that we have moved into Taurus energy, which is more grounded, more harmonized, more stable, so that we can find a more grounded foothold to start anchoring all of that action energy. So I am being guided to just go right into the cards and to see what the guides have in store for us this month. I love the Forest Oracle. So we're going to start with the Forest Oracle. No, there's our first card. We've got Authenticity Attracts. Beautiful, beautiful card. I love all of the beautiful coloring in there. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. That's a great card for us to start. Let's see what else they have to say. Oh. Okay. Spark of Life. Look again, the coloring is very similar. We've got this very orangey yellow glow of this fire of passion. That's what it makes me think of. So the spark of life, don't sink into hopelessness and despair, for in your life lives a spark of life that is undefeated and unbeatable. That's a great message as well. Let's see what else this deck has to share with us. Two cards. Oh, wow. You decide. Again, look at this beautiful coloring. It is simply following this beautiful flow of orange and yellow and really representing a fire, a passion in this spark of life. This is actually a fire burning here in front of a tree. And there's this beautiful glow emanating from this incredible, strong, powerful, rooted tree. And in this card here, it's saying, when you give of yourself freely, you expand your energy. If you only give to get, it will feel like a burden or a drain. Be genuine. Give from your heart. Do it your way. You were never meant to fit in. You were born to be wild and a free force of nature, here to build new and better worlds. Allow yourself to go and do that. Wow. Okay. Here we have 4 beautiful cards inviting us to harness our spark of life in the most authentic and pure way, to help us decide and choose what it is that we want, what it is that we value, what it is that we want to move forward to create, and do it our way that is unique, that is beautiful, that is in a dynamic, interesting way, because we are one of a kind. We are truly unique. There is no other like us. So that's a great start to our month. I'd like to see what else is flowing forward from the crows and see if we can get another layer added in to this beginning reminder. Now, again, the intuition is showing up, and I believe that this card showed up last month as well. And it's saying, trust your gut instincts. They often lead to choices that align with your true self. Now, that is the direct correlation to helping you decide. It's inviting you to trust your instincts because you are getting the messages from your soul, from your guide team. They're helping you. They're helping you to remember who it is that you are and what choices and decisions your heart is wanting you to bring forward, your soul is wanting you to bring forward. And the good old faith card. So faith helps to strengthen that resilience and the optimism that we are achieving all it is that we are hoping and desiring and wishing to create. So that's a beautiful deepening of the message. What else do the crows have to share with us today? Protection. And courage. Oh, beautiful. Protection. Look at this beautiful crow. The way that he's standing with his wings out, with the sword there. Feel secure in your strength and resilience. You have the power to overcome challenges. And again, here we have the faith and the protection coming in and talking about resilience. So in some ways, when we look at this again, and if we apply this to what's happening on the world stage, there is this deeper reminder for us to harness our resilience, to trust our intuition and have faith that we are moving towards creating and bringing forward solutions to challenges. And I love how we have courage showing up. As you may remember me sharing at the beginning of the year, my word or my words for this year are boldly courageous. And courage is something that truly helps us to step in to unraveling those beliefs, to unraveling those habits. Courage helps us to face the fear, helps us to have that deeper determination to take those steps forward, even when we don't know what lies ahead. So the guidance from the card is saying, face fears with courage and determination. Bravery opens doors to new possibilities. So again, as we are in a number 1 year, and we're paging through our catalog of what it is we value, what it is that we're looking to create. When we step into that courage, the faith, the intuition, we are opening our heart, we're opening our minds, we're opening our reality, our viewpoint, our vision to seeing more possibilities, more opportunities for us to step into that maybe we didn't think about before, or we didn't realize were even a possibility. And I remember that at the beginning of the year, we also had the unicorn showing up that was depicting endless possibilities. And that is still a theme, even here, as we are in May. So let's see, where do they want to take us now? I love the animals. I know you know that. And I'm going to see what they have to say. Oh. There is always one card, at least, in every reading that I do that goes flying off of the table. Give me one moment. At least this time it didn't go too far away. I love this card. The whale. The orca whale, to be specific, and it's speaking about adventure. Adventure. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Again, we've got courage, the confidence coming up here. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. Again, courage. You are more powerful than you know. What a beautiful reminder. So this is basically the step in to taking that adventure. So being bold, being courageous, being confident in knowing that you're taking the steps, even if they're tiny ones, to bring forward that beautiful, beautiful heart's desire that you're valuing, that you're really wishing to create. All right, let's see what else they have to share. Look at this. The dolphin's popping out. Self-reliance is popping out. The dolphin is speaking about play. Well, venture and play go hand in hand. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Wow. And of course, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. There's the authenticity. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. So that is interesting, as we are being reminded. Every layer here is reminding us of the authenticity of that spark of life, of the invitation to decide what we want, what it is that we value, reminding us to have faith, to be courageous, to have confidence, to step into adventure and play, and be self-reliant. Embrace our resiliency. I love that. I love that for us. Yeah, we might not necessarily use all these cards, but we will do the other two decks from the Angel card. Ooh. There we go. 2 more cards fell on the floor. Let's see what the Spirit Walker has to say. Fate lines. Destiny, threads, life, intertwine, direction, follow your heart. And again, do it your way. Follow your heart. Crown, awakening, enlightenment, opening, pinnacle, realization. Let spirit guide you. This is really truly a reminder for you to ensure that you are connecting with that intuition piece, with your soul, with your guide team. So if you haven't been talking to your guides, if you haven't been talking to your soul, ensure that you are connecting in and allowing that wisdom from your higher self to come through to help guide you. Right now, there is so much going on in the world right now, and it can be so entertaining if we let it. But the trick is to recognize what's going on and dig deeper within ourselves, plant our roots deeper, stretch our branches up higher, and remember the power that we hold when we are connected, when we are harmonized, when we are stabilized, when we are united as one, shining the light, shining the love of compassion, of kindness, of love, just pure love, coming from that state of being a good person. I'm not saying that we bend over and we pretend that what's going on around us isn't happening, but we do the best that we can to remember that we are stronger together. We are more grounded, we are more anchored, we are more harmonized when we are grounded in our own beautiful, authentic self, connected to the whole, shining our love and being kind. This is truly where our superpower is. And I have to say that one of the biggest insights, this might be a little bit off from the cards here, but I feel they're giving me this reminder, so it's relevant. Depending on where you are in your life and where you grew up, You may or may not have seen the 1980s Care Bear show. Now, if you don't know what the Care Bears are, it was basically a group of bears that were living up in the clouds, and they would watch the humans down on Earth if they were having a hard time with their emotions. And they would get the Care Bear signal, and they would be almost kind of like Batman, where they would get the bat signal and they would deploy in their vehicle, their little cloud cars, and they would fly down onto Earth, and they would befriend the child that was in pain, that was hurting, or there was something going on, and they would help them to work with their emotions, and they would shine their tummy symbols of love. Essentially, each one had a little bit of a theme, and they would really bring forward a message of love. And there was a bad guy on there that was called No Heart, and he would go around, and he had a little sidekick named Beastly, and they would go around spreading darkness. And the interesting thing about this Care Bear show was that their power came from standing in a line, doing a Care Bear countdown to shine their tummy symbols out into the darkness. And as I've been thinking about this, and I got this beautiful insight that came through at the end of April, or just around the end of April, it really made me think about whoever created this Care Bear, Care Bear cartoon, really created it for the Indigo children, or the Star children that were coming into the planet at the time, because it helped many of us. I know it helped me remember love, remember compassion, remember connection and unity. They didn't go into the drama of what No Heart was doing. I remember there was one episode that one of the Care Bears, or one of the kids, was asking about, why the darkness was coming up, and why they were being so mean and doing evil things. And the Care Bears didn't go into the drama of it. The message was really, it doesn't matter really what we see over there. What matters is who you are. What matters is how you show up. What matters is how you shine your tummy symbol of love. And I feel it's kind of funny, because right now, instead of us shining our tummy symbols of love, we're shining our hearts. We are opening our hearts, and we are shining that love into the world. And in some ways, we're being each invited to be our own Care Bear. And we're invited to stand in unison, hand in hand, shining our hearts of love into the darkness. And not going into the drama of what's being created as a distraction. I know that this might seem a little bit silly, but it truly gave me a chuckle, and the realization of how powerful that little Care Bear cartoon show was, and still is. It has such a beautiful thread woven in there, with messages of working on your emotions, connecting in with yourself, and being connected with others, and being a good person, and just standing in the place of love. Not going into the drama of the darkness, or the what's happening on the world stage, because that is a distraction in so many ways. And it can be very entertaining if we let it. So remember to embrace your inner Care Bear, and recognize that you are stronger. We are stronger together than we are apart. That separation, division only weakens us. When the Care Bears stood in unison, they were very powerful. They were very strong. They were very grounded. But when one Care Bear was isolated and on its own, it was not as strong. The darkness could overtake it. So remember your inner Care Bear, and shine your tummy symbol. So that's a little, I guess you could say tangent, but that was the message that came through for April as a reminder for me. Strengthen my connection with myself and love, and to shine that out even deeper in more connected ways than I maybe had been in the past, even though it's been a pretty big theme for me. All right. So with that, I'm just feeling in to see if there's any other messages that want to come forward from the cards before I go to our last two decks here to get our last bit of guidance. And I don't think there is. There might be something from this deck. That's not. There we go. There we go. That's definitely more of a card for us. Oh, again, embrace courage. And the Valley of Shadows. So step into the enveloping valley of shadows. Here fears are faced, and the courage is forged in dimly lit paths. Embrace courage, open your mind, learn from experiences, and let answers unfold in your journey. So, again, we are definitely being reminded that whatever's coming forward is going to take courage to step into the confidence and the resilience piece to keep us going. Resurrection. Shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. Recovery comeback. Find strength in healing as each step forward renews hope and paves the way for a triumphant resurgence. So, in some ways, we're going to be put into situations and scenarios just based on the way that these cards are unfolding here that is going to challenge us in many ways. It might feel a bit uncomfortable. It might feel very unsafe for our nervous systems or those innocent aspects of ourselves that are hesitant to step into that change. So it'll be very interesting to see how all of this starts to take shape. What is the most valuable card for us from this deck to support us, to support our journey through May? There we go. Oh. From whom can I release my judgment right now? That's a great question. That is a great question. Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Relax the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Today's soul action. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted, and even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved. I am whole. I am limitless. And so are they. Wow. That is a very profound card for us. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reminder. So, judgment, I have definitely just experienced this recently about some very, very unkind judgments about some things recently. And I love how this card is a great reminder for us to check in with our judgment. And I love how it actually has expectations in here as well. one of the insights that were coming through as I was asking for guidance about writing the newsletter for this month. I was given a very interesting experience over April that really was riddled or threaded through with expectation and attachment in the experience. And it was such a great reminder for me to see how expectations come in and to see how they're still showing up and they're still preventing our growth in so many ways. If you want to read more about that blog, you're welcome to go check that out. It's up on my website now. So I love this. I love this card. What a great reminder for us. And the last card. What is the most beneficial card for me? There we go. 1919. This might be a bit hard to see on the camera here, but 1919. It is representing transformation. Angel whispers. It is asked that you take notice, that you hold within your hands the power to change your life. Within this realization, you will feel your sense of purpose and your connection to new beginnings. How fitting. The affirmation on the card is this: I release what I no longer need to carry, and I open myself to the transformative energy of the divine. Wow. That is also a very beautiful takeaway. So here we have it. That's May in a nutshell. Thank you for taking this journey with me for May. And until next month, may you embrace this energy. May you shine your love. And we will see you for June's intuitive guided message. Take care, soul traveler.